Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another Second Breakfast podcast. I'm Andy Roth alongside Phil Duvall. Say hi, Phil.
Hello, Andy and the nation.
And we have just started, you may be aware, the month of April.
It's true.
Yes.
Everything
Pretty
you're
sure
saying
I'm
is
not
true so
mistaken about
far.
that.
Yes.
Yes. And because we are sort of entering a new season, both of Mother Earth and of Hollywood, it's time for us to take a look at what's coming out over the next 3 months that we are excited for. Back in January, we did this and we covered the first 4 months of the year, so April's getting covered twice, but that's okay because I have a significantly different list than I did the last time.
Yes.
And
I'm
bless
sneezing.
you, sir.
Sorry. Also, I want you to hear. Can you hear this?
Yeah.
Can you hear that in the
I
background?
what
That's
is
the
it?
printer. Oh, that's the printer printing out my list of things that I want to see in the second quarter of 2013.
Awesome. Love it.
It's only
Love it.
13 pages long.
Awesome.
Just kidding. It's one. All right.
Ah, the sound of rustling paper. Is
It's
it
sneezing
mailbag
me.
time already?
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
so, Phil, why don't you tell us? And I don't have quite the same categories as you, but you have three categories. I have two. Uh, Tell us what your categories are.
I have three categories of films for the second quarter. Andy Roth.
Tell us, Phil.
The first quarter, can't wait to see it. Or the first
Can't wait to see
section,
it.
can't wait to see it. These are the movies that I'm genuinely excited for.
Yes.
Genuinely excited for these movies in the next quarter. A significantly larger category of movies is a category called Tricked into Seeing. These are movies that, for some reason or another, I may end up seeing them. They might even all end up being good. But I can't help but feel right now that my desire to see any and all of these is somehow that I'm being tricked into see them.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and by tricked, I mean sort of like something is happening other than just a straight up, we'll differentiate between the two. And different movies are on that list for different reasons.
It's true. And so, folks, those are my two categories. We have the same first two categories, and then
Okay.
Phil,
I
your
stole
third category, please.
I stole a term from the great comedian Norm Macdonald, who on his most recent television show that was on Comedy Central for a minute got canceled. He had a segment called "What the H," and I have a category of films called "What the H." Now, "What the H" isn't good or bad necessarily, or it could be both or neither, or one or the other. But these are movies that I just don't know where to put. They deserve me saying something about them. I can't just, they could be movies that I can't wait to see, but I just
Okay.
don't know what to do with them right now.
Sure.
Hence the "What the H" category.
Totally fair.
And if I had been if I had been better at my job and researched these better, and by job I mean hobby that you and I have and don't get paid for,
Indeed.
these might fit in a different category.
Okay. So let's start out in April. I shall go first.
How many movies are you excited? How many movies do you have in your can't wait category for April?
I have five, but there's a caveat there. Two
Okay.
of them I don't know when they may not be coming out in my area in April.
Okay.
I will start with those two.
Okay.
Mud and
Okay.
Upstream Color.
What?
That is
Tell
the
me
second. That is the. Well, I don't know if it's second because I don't know if this other movie was his first. It is the new movie by the guy who did the brilliant little sci-fi gem Primer. It is a new movie. Primer is one of the most complex time travel movies ever made, certainly that I've ever seen. And Upstream Color, but it's about the characters. And Upstream Color seems to be the same sort of thing. Apparently, it's science fiction sort of touchstone, although it's again about these characters and how they relate to it, which frankly all the best sci-fi is gene manipulation. And literally, I know nothing else about it. I've seen the trailer once and immediately tried to forget it and haven't watched it again. I want to walk in as unspoiled as possible. I am so excited for that movie. But I don't know when it's coming out in the Triangle area of North Carolina.
When is in the Piedmont Triad? When is the tell me about Primer.
Primer,
Out,
it's the story of these engineers.
It's a long time ago.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. 10 years? Something like that?
Close.
Yeah. Yeah. Really good movie. Really good movie. Good. Let me put it this way. Good enough that I'm automatically excited for Upstream Color.
Okay, fair enough.
The trailer got me excited, and then it was like, by the guy who did Primer, I was like, yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags.
Okay.
Just, Yeah. Mud, new Matthew McConaughey movie. I sort of love what Matthew McConaughey has been doing with his career lately. Bernie,
which is to say that he's doing anything at all. Like, he's actually making a career again. It's like he's trying.
Yes. Killer Joe was great last year.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if it was great, but he was great. A lot of people were great in it. So Mud and Upstream Color are the movies that I'm definitely excited for, are coming out in April, but may not be coming out in April near me. The other 3 that I'm genuinely excited for...
Oh, wait, those aren't the Can't Wait?
Those are the Can't Wait. I just don't know if they're coming out in April near me.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
The 3 that I'm genuinely excited for, Evil Dead, coming out tomorrow. Oblivion, genuinely excited for it. I genuinely am. I might be an idiot, but I am genuinely excited for it.
There's no might. Go ahead.
And you have convinced me, and I was just an idiot before.
Yes,
42.
say it. Yes!
Yes.
I'm actually wavering the other direction on that. I'm very nervous that it's going to end up being terrible, but I want to see it so badly. Okay.
Your movies you are legitimately excited for.
You named the 3 of the 5 you said. 3 of them are on my list.
Nice.
Evil Dead, I cannot wait to see.
Yep.
I will be seeing it, in fact, tomorrow. On April 12th, 42 comes out, the film that is about Jackie Robinson and how Jackie Robinson came into the bigs, the major leagues, with Harrison Ford as Branch Rickey. Harrison Ford might be pulling a Robert De Niro and trying again.
Who had that in the pool?
I don't know. And I'm excited. I'm just excited.
Christopher Maloney is Leo DeRocher. Big fan of him.
Yes, I love Christopher Maloney, mostly for Wet Hot American Summer, but he's also in other things. And Mud, and I don't remember. There's something about Mud, like who directed it. He made the movie. He made something else that came out before that was a big deal. I think he made Take Shelter.
He did make. Thank you.
Which I still have yet to see, even though I have it on my DVR. I have yet to watch it, but it's got Michael Shannon, and Michael Shannon is amazing. And then, but Mud, just on the strength of the preview. The preview, I said, I'm in. I want to see this movie.
Yeah, it's a great preview
for the movie called Mud, and you will want to see this movie. That's all there is to that.
Yep.
Those are the only 3. I have 3 on my can't wait list. Now, you mentioned Oblivion. That is on my tricked into seeing list, and let me tell you how I was tricked into seeing it.
Tell me.
Once a month, I go with my youth group to dinner and a movie. It's a way for me to get the youth group involved. Well, it's whatever. It's a good idea, and I get to watch movies and get it written off. But April is a funny month. I was trying to kind of push them towards 42, but I think they weren't going for it.
Okay.
So the consensus was that we were going to go see Oblivion in April.
Awesome.
I have seen the preview enough times now that it should have beaten me into submission. It has not. I do not believe this will be a good movie. I don't. I don't believe this will be a good movie. I have been tricked into seeing it by Jesus, and I am a little upset about that.
He's crafty.
Well, he died for my sins, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
The least you could do is see a movie starring a Scientologist.
Yeah, I guess. It's a very... Listen, the Lord works in mysterious ways.
Apparently.
So that, and then I'm actually probably not going to see this, but I'm just putting it on my tricked into seeing list for reasons maybe you can understand. Jurassic Park 3D.
Nice.
Not excited at all that they've done that,
Sure.
but I could see myself accidentally seeing it.
Sure.
I don't like 3D. It's a complete and utter money grab. What I find funny is, I want to see what younger people's interactions to this is, and are either way. And this one kid, another kid from my youth group, said, "I can't understand why they're making this." I mean, I couldn't. You can't call a teenager stupid. That's the problem to their face when you're their priest.
Even when they are.
Right, but they said, "I can't understand why you would want to make Jurassic Park in a 3D. Like, what's the attraction to that? It's like this old movie. Why would you want to see it in 3D?" And I was like, "No, I don't like 3D. But Jurassic Park 3D, as far as if you like 3D, makes perfect sense."
Sure.
It's dinosaurs jumping out at you in the movie in 2D. And 3D, it would be perfect for it. I guess, if you're going to watch 3D.
Here's what's interesting. I think I agree with him a little bit, and here's what I think about that. This was not on my list anywhere because is that are you done?
Oh yeah. No, I have
Okay.
a What the H, but that's my list on Tricked Into Seeing.
So Tricked Into Seeing, I thought about putting in my Tricked Into Seeing. I feel like maybe it was Superman Returns, the Bryan Singer Superman. I saw it in IMAX that was partially 3D, and this little like green like glasses icon flashed in the corner when it was time to put on your 3D glasses. I think that would be perfect for Jurassic Park. But for much of it, there aren't actually dinosaurs running around, and I don't need to see, for example, Laura Dern and Richard Attenborough eating ice cream in 3D. You know what I mean? Like.
No, I don't. You just made me want to see it more. I want to see Laura Dern eating ice cream in 3D.
And you're the one who doesn't like 3D.
I want to see Richard Attenborough do anything. He's adorable.
Fair. That's a fair point.
Hello.
I am equally likely to try and find it in 2D if it's released also in 2D, just as part of the re-release.
Is there an old man, an old British man, who is more stereotypically what Americans think of old British men than Richard Attenborough? Right down to the fact that he is a Sir and his last name is Attenborough.
No, absolutely not.
I think if you asked Americans to draw, which none of us can do, a British, like a old British man, they would just be like Richard Attenborough would come out of their heads.
Indeed.
But I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
My Tricked Into... Say again?
Tricked Into Seeing. Go ahead.
Pain and Gain, the Michael Bay movie.
Nope.
I don't like Michael Bay.
There's so
like
much
Mark
buzz
Wahlberg.
around this movie.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it.
Fair. I like Mark Wahlberg. I like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. I like Anthony Mackie a lot.
Yes.
And Tony Shalhoub is an evil guy. I'm in. It's a disaster. I don't know. That's another limited release movie. I don't know that we're getting it in April. But it's science fiction comedy where friends get together for like a monthly brunch, and so they're bickering as per usual, and then like the world ends around them, and there's like a dirty bomb in the city, so they're quarantined together, and it just looks fascinating to me. It's a bunch of people that I like. David Cross, Julia Stiles. I'm a fan.
And that is the movie that made my What the H list. Because I don't know.
Right.
I don't want to see it, but by the time it comes out, I could really want to see it.
Sure.
And if you saw it and said, Phil, you have to see this, I would rush right out the next year and see it.
Sure.
I just can't guarantee it would be the same day, but might be within the next year.
Fair.
So that's on my What the H list. I don't know what to do with it.
Sure.
I do like that it's only 88 minutes long.
Nice.
That's it for March.
April.
April.
Can I offer another possibility?
Of course.
For your What the H list?
Of course, Andy.
Find the trailer for the movie The Colony with Lawrence Fishburne and other people that I don't remember.
Okay, I saw that there was a trailer and saw what it was for, and then was like, I'm not even gonna watch the trailer.
inexplicable. It's like a sci-fi movie that got out, and instead of putting it back in its cage, they're releasing it. It's absurd.
Okay, I will watch the trailer at a later date.
Indeed. Let's move on to May.
Yes,
Things you're
yes.
legitimately excited for. You want to go
Oh
first?
my
Or you want
gosh.
me to go first?
Well, I've got 3 movies on the things I'm legitimately excited for, 3 movies on the Tricked Into Seeing list, and nothing on the What the H list.
Okay. We have the same total number of movies. I'm at 4 for legitimately excited and 2 on the Tricked Into Seeing.
Okay, can't wait. I'm guessing 3 of ours are exactly the same. Then that would be Iron Man 3,
Bing,
The Iceman,
bing,
and Star Trek Into Darkness.
bing.
And I'm going to guess that your 4th movie on that list is Before Midnight.
Yes.
I'm inside your brain, Andy Roth. I'm in your brain.
Yes.
Okay, what's there to say? There's nothing to say here. I got to be honest with you. About Iron Man 3, it's freaking Iron Man 3.
Yes.
Iron Man has been a phenomenal series. Some people didn't like Iron Man 2. Our friend and comic book movie expert Chris Robinson, who we had on the show in a previous episode, you should watch it, said Iron Man 2 was his favorite of all the comic book movies so far. Very interesting take.
Yes.
You should watch that podcast or listen to it. It's a great one. And Iron Man 3, the first departure from Jon Favreau directing, but he is in it as the bodyguard and has given it his blessing. And Shane Black, who wrote Lethal Weapon and who wrote Last Boy Scout and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and some other stuff, has written and directed this piece of work. And it's just, look, at this point, the Marvel Studios are at the you've got to prove you're not going to make something good. Like,
Yeah, it's
you
true.
don't bet against them at this point.
I agree.
There will be a time when they make a movie that's not good, but you need to bet on them until that point.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they're at. Okay?
I agree.
Star Trek Into Darkness almost made it onto my Tricked Into Seeing list.
Interesting. Okay.
Because I'm not actually a Star Trek fan.
Sure.
And I've only seen the first J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie once, and I saw it on DVD. And I only watched it on DVD or Blu-ray because of just everyone gushing about it.
Sure.
And then I saw it and straight loved it.
Sure.
So I think I am actually legitimately excited to see this, but I've only seen it once, and I've got to admit that I'm being carried into it by the excitement of others.
Yes.
But I am legitimately excited to see it, and we'll see it, if not opening day, then something like that.
Yes.
Andy, would you like to talk about The Iceman?
Honestly, Michael Shannon, who is he's just so good at everything he does.
And this is someone who's never seen Boardwalk Empire saying that.
That's true. That's true. I hear he is wonderful on that show. I exhibit no surprise because he is absurdly talented.
So what do you know him from? Because I know him primarily from Boardwalk Empire.
I know him from Take Shelter.
Oh, okay, you've seen it. I haven't seen it yet. Okay.
It is a movie that could be about a bunch of different things. It is open to interpretation. And the least interesting interpretation is that he is a modern-day Noah building an ark against the sin of the world.
Which, if that's the least interesting...
that is the least interesting.
That sounds very interesting to me, too.
Yes. He is the bad guy. Oh, he apparently is in Mud as well. That's pretty awesome. He is playing General Zod in the upcoming Man of Steel.
I know that.
He was the bad guy in the Joseph Gordon-Levitt Bicycle Messenger movie Premium Rush, and he chewed the scenery in literally the best way possible. Amazing.
Okay. I've heard that movie.
Fun to watch.
I've heard that movie. A blast.
He's just a fun actor to watch, and he is playing sort of like the most famous hitman of all time.
Yeah.
And it looks
like it's it doesn't look like a pulp movie or a jokey movie. It looks like it's ready to knock your socks off.
Yes, agreed. And a bunch of people are in it that I like besides Michael Shannon. Winona Ryder's in it, Ray Liotta, Chris Evans.
I I really want to see Winona Ryder come back.
I would love to see Winona Ryder come back. Welcome home, Winona Ryder.
Huh?
See what I did there?
I do. I hope the rest of America does. And if you don't,
she was in a movie called Welcome Home, Roxy Carmichael. That's it. I'm done and really nerdy. Okay.
Also, she's phenomenal in it.
Yes. No, yes, she is. So I confess, I kind of lied to you a minute ago. I didn't like separate the movies. I color coded them in my email to myself, and I'm an idiot and didn't choose a color that was different enough. But and also I was missing one. I counted 6. I have 7. The other movie that we have that is the same, Before Midnight, the third movie that by Richard Linklater, starring Julie Delpy and Ethan Hawke, continuing the relationship that started in Before Sunrise and continued in Before Sunset. I don't even want to talk about the movie because I'm not even watching trailers for it. I want to go in literally unspoiled, and I want to go in unspoiled for every movie. But I actually think I have a chance on doing that for this one because it's a smaller movie.
Yeah, that's on my tricked into seeing list, by the way.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, right. Oh, sorry. Yes, that was the one you guessed. But there is another movie on my legitimately excited, can't wait to see list.
Can I guess?
Please do.
Is it The Great Gatsby?
Absolutely not.
Okay, what is it?
Fast and Furious 6.
Of course.
Yes.
Andy, ladies and gentlemen, has been seeing all of he went on a crazy rampage and saw all of them.
In the span of like 72 hours. They
Yeah.
are not objectively good movies until Fast 5, until the last one. That is an objectively good movie. But all of them are at least fun.
Yeah.
Some amazing driving stunts. It's just,
I am getting ready. I'm gearing up. Gearing up. Do you see what I just did there?
I do. Well done. Well done there.
I'm downshifting and getting ready to see this stuff. Okay. I'm jumping into the Fast and Furious for you, Andy.
I think you will not be sorry you did.
Okay, what's on your tricked into seeing list?
2 tiny movies. One, The Purge, also interestingly starring Ethan Hawke. It's about a society where there's one night a year where you can commit any crime, up to and including murder, and there's no repercussions. The rule of law is suspended, and this family, and it's Ethan Hawke and Lena Headey, who is Cersei Lannister from Game of Thrones. She was the queen in 300.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, they are mom and dad, and they basically what they do every year is they sort of like hunker down, close up shop because they don't want to be. They want to protect themselves, and they don't really have an urge to go out and commit crimes because they're decent people. And then someone breaks into their home, and they're sort of like, "What do? We can literally kill this guy, with no repercussions tonight." So it forces them to sort of confront that, and it could be terrible, but it's at least a little interesting.
Okay.
And then there is a movie written by Eli Roth, but not directed by Eli Roth, and that actually has me excited because I think he is not a good director, but he comes up with interesting things writing-wise, called Aftershock. Which is exactly what it sounds like. These travelers, they're in South America somewhere, I don't remember where. An earthquake hits, and they have to sort of like get back to the surface, and bad stuff happens. It's a horror movie, and I'm excited for it. All right, I'm not. I might be excited for it.
Eli Roth makes me nervous at his very name.
I could not agree more.
Okay.
So that's it for May for me.
Oh, not for me. I have 2 more movies on my tricked. I have Before Midnight is on my tricked into seeing list. I saw Before Sunrise when I was a teenager and didn't care one way or the other. but everybody says I should have. So I'm getting, and then everybody loved Before Sunset, and they keep going back and doing this. And I love stuff like this. For those who don't know, Richard Linklater, who's an Austin-based or Texas-based filmmaker who's made other movies that I don't care about as much, also has although he made Bernie, and I really liked Bernie a lot.
Yes, me too.
Dazed and Confused I have a weird relationship with, but he made this movie Before Sunrise, and then 10 years later came back and made this movie Before Sunset, where the same two characters meet up 10 years later.
Same two actors. Yep.
Same everything.
Yeah.
And now they're making Before Midnight, which is, again, the same two characters and the same two actors, again, 10 years later.
Yes.
I am interested in the idea of this.
Yes.
So I'm not excited about the movie, but I'm getting tricked into being excited. And I'm thinking maybe I can... They're all romantic films, yes? So I'm thinking about maybe doing like a date thing with my wife and making it work somehow fancy.
Yeah. It's like a fictional Up series where the British documentary that like follows the same kids, and he comes in every 7 years. So there's 7 Up, 14 Up, 21 Up, and he just released a few months ago 56 Up. 56 Up. That is absurd. It's absurd to me.
Yeah. But it's documentary. This is like...
Yeah,
although
that's documentary. This is... Yeah.
I like them both for the same reason. Okay, tricked into seeing I have 2 more movies on the list.
Okay.
The Great Gatsby. I don't know why this is on my list. I have liked exactly one Baz Luhrmann movie, and it wasn't the one you think it was.
What was it?
Strictly Ballroom.
I need to see that movie. I've never seen it.
And I don't know if I would like it now if I saw it now. I saw it in high school, and I thought it was right on the borderline of just too much, but on the side that I liked, and I ended up loving it. I don't have the words for how much I didn't like Moulin Rouge. Or Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo plus Juliet.
I won't say that.
Ugh.
I will say this. On both of those movies that I didn't like, the chemistry that he created or that he was able to foster between the romantic leads was actually fantastic.
I will agree with you.
Okay.
B, it's stunning that we knew that without taking our Dramamine while watching his camera move around.
It's just, he's ridiculous. I don't think he's a good director, but the way, I actually think if you just watched just the balcony scene between Claire Danes and Leonardo DiCaprio, I thought it was beautifully done.
Agreed.
And then the rest of the movie didn't want to die. And Moulin Rouge, Ewan McGregor and who was it? Nicole Kidman?
Yeah.
Same, but then I don't care.
Yes. That's why it didn't make my list, because of Bob.
And I've never read The Great Gatsby.
Oh, well, you should do that.
I know. No, I have a copy of it ready to read. I just skipped it in high school. Like, I was supposed to read it, and then I didn't, and wrote an essay on it, and got a grade anyway.
Sure.
God, high school was full of me lying.
Yeah.
And then this is painful to say it. It pains me. Hangover Part 3.
Okay.
They filmed a huge chunk of it on the freeway right next to my house. They even closed down the freeway. And down here in Orange County, we're not Los Angeles. When they film here, we get excited.
Nice.
Doesn't matter that they film an hour away all the time, every minute. When they come down here to Orange County, by golly, we get excited.
Sure.
People in LA think that we're hicks down here. We're not. But we do get excited when you film a movie. I'll tell you that right now.
Amen.
I saw the preview for Hangover Part 3.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a different movie than Hangover 1 and 2.
Yes.
Part 2 was literally a rehashing in to a degree that it was, like, for some people I thought it was clever. I thought it was infuriating.
I never saw it. I didn't see Part 2.
It was just awful. It was dreadful. There are parts of it that it's one of those movies that it was dreadful, but if it's on HBO, I can watch bits of it. And now that I've been angry, I can watch bits of it and enjoy them for what they were.
Sure.
And I love the characters so much. And they do have the same characters. They're not different characters.
Sure.
Hangover Part 3, I loved Hangover 1. Loved Hangover Part 1. One of my favorite comedies of the last 10 years, period. And I love Todd Phillips to the degree that I'm willing to give this a shot.
Sure.
It's filmed right by my house, which I love. The preview looks dark It's got John Goodman in it, and it looks like they're trying to do something different. I'm in. But I can't help but feel dirty.
I confess to you, I liked The Hangover a lot. I didn't love it as much as you and, frankly, the rest of humanity seemed to.
Sure.
I liked it a lot, but I didn't feel the need to rewatch it, really, ever.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't see Hangover Part 2. And so I don't... So again, I
love The Hangover. I love Old School. I think Todd Phillips has so much there. I think he has the potential. And I'll go so far as to say I'm not sure he's reached his potential yet. I think there's a great comedy lurking in that guy, and I think he's made some really good comedies. Mm-hmm. I think he's got something inside of him that if he can harness it, if he has a heart, which he might, I think he could harness something really beautiful. We'll see what happens.
I do like Old School.
A lot.
Yeah, I even liked most of Starsky and Hutch, for crying out loud. It was fun. I didn't like it in the final analysis, but that's a watchable movie for me.
Yeah, funny moments. I never cared about the TV show.
Neither.
All right, I think we're scooting on into June. In June, wow, June.
Yeah.
Now,
Indeed.
The funny thing about June is I actually only have 2 movies on my can't wait list in June. Only 2. But I have 5 on my tricked into seeing list and 3 on my what the H list.
I can't. So 10 total?
2 plus 5 plus 3. Yes, 10. Make
nice.
Me count. 10 movies for June.
I have, I believe, 11, and I think we both know what that extra movie is. We'll get there.
Maybe we don't. I guess we'll see.
Fair enough. Can't wait to see. Tell me. You have fewer can't wait to see movies. So what are they?
I mean, so you're gonna have both of these on your list.
Sure.
Man of Steel.
Indeed.
Duh.
Yeah.
Now let me just. We're not gonna talk too much about this, but I want to say this. There is this weird reticence around this movie. He better not be dark and brooding like Batman or else. Shut up and watch the trailer. It is amazing.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. Just 2 things, 3 things, so many things. 1, trust Christopher Nolan produced this movie. Go ahead and trust the man who's never made a bad movie.
Indeed.
How about that? And
yeah.
who made maybe the greatest comic book trilogy of all time. Maybe just trust him a little bit.
Yeah.
2, watch the trailer. I know I said that before, but seriously.
Yeah.
3, Kevin Costner and Diane Lane as Superman's parents. 4, watch the part of the trailer where Kevin Costner tells him maybe he should have let the kids in the bus die.
Oh my goodness.
Just watch that part of the trailer.
Yeah. Yes.
5, Michael Shannon as General Zod.
Yes.
6, just watch the trailer. Oh my gosh. I will also say this.
Watch the trailer?
I don't like Superman's suit.
Sure.
But I don't like it. I want it to be bright red, and I don't need it to be all fancy.
Yeah.
But you know what I'll say? And the guy who directed it, who directed 300 and Watchmen, he's hit or miss. He's hit or miss. All those things being said, bite the bullet. This is going to be amazing. Just go in hoping it'll be amazing.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Agreed.
Okay, other movie? Monsters University. You know why? Because it's Pixar.
Because it's Pixar.
And they've earned it. And I loved Monsters, Inc. I've watched it a dozen times this year because of a little 2-year-old in my life who has stopped calling it Monsters and now calls it Monsters, Inc.
Awesome.
She is just lingual.
Parenting. You're doing it right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Those are 2 of my 4. Those are 2 of my 4.
Okay, the other 2 are, I'm going to guess the other 2.
Okay. I can't wait to see. Hit me.
Much Ado About Nothing.
Got it.
Okay, it's Joss Whedon directing a William Shakespeare thing. That almost made my can't wait.
And And
It's on my tricked into seeing list out of spite for Joss Whedon fans.
yes, and Joss Whedon directing a Shakespeare play, as I understand it, Whedon narrowly decided against naming it "This Is for You, Andy." Basically, I mean, Joss Whedon and Shakespeare. I mean,
Yeah.
is it also made out of chocolate and peanut butter? It's so. Oh,
But you
I
could
just
eat
like
chocolate
it
and
so
peanut butter when you go to see it,
That's true.
you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, makes sense. And then the other one that's on your list, I'm going to guess,
Yeah.
is This Is the End.
Boom! You know me so well. This is
Also
the
on my
end.
trick into seeing list.
It's sure. This is the end. It's a movie starring a bunch of people as themselves or as comic versions of themselves, a la Bill Murray in Zombieland. It's the younger crop of Apatow. Not only younger, but it's a crop of Apatow actors. You've got Seth Rogen, James Franco, Jay Baruchel, Jonah Hill, Craig Robinson, Danny McBride,
Right.
and they are, and they're holed up in, I think, Franco's house as the world ends. I
Yep.
think it's aliens, although I'm not sure. I'm trying to stay relatively unspoiled for this movie as well, strangely and hilariously. I mean, these are people that I just think are funny, and I could watch them do anything. And science fiction comedy is something that I love.
Yes. Andy.
Post-apocalyptic comedy is something that I love. Shaun of the Dead, yes, please.
This movie, like Much Ado, almost made my can't wait list.
Sure.
I'm putting it on my tricked into seeing list because I'm reticent.
Okay.
Because I loved Superbad.
Yes.
But the guy who wrote this movie with Seth Rogen and directed it also did Pineapple Express, which I thought was way too long and self-indulgent. He also
Which I really liked.
I thought I really liked
Sure.
it. Eh.
Fair.
There were lots of parts about it I liked.
Yeah.
I don't
own it or nothing. You know.
I'm worried that this movie and I love apocalyptic stuff as well.
No.
I think he also wrote The Watch,
Which I didn't see.
the neighborhood watch movie. No one saw it. That's my point. That's exactly my point.
Indeed. That's fair.
And there's a couple other movies that he makes me a little bit nervous, but Superbad I loved fantastically. Oh,
Yep.
he wrote The Green Hornet.
Oh.
Yeah. So the guy
That's
is
too
by
bad.
no means
You hate to see
automatic.
that.
The cast is fantastic.
Yep.
There is the real strong potential for overindulgence here. And it's one of those things where it's like going to be overindulgent, but people might still love it, and I'll just kind of be annoyed with them. But
Sure.
whatever.
I look
I-
forward to you being annoyed with me.
If I have the chance, I will see it.
Mm-hmm.
And if people just go bug nuts insane about it, I will make a point of seeing it.
Sure. Sure.
Yes, but Man of Steel, I will be there on opening day, and Pixar, I will be there on opening day.
Indeed.
I
What
just
else is
wa-
on your trick? Besides those two, Much Ado and Much Ado, and This is the End. What else is on your tricked into seeing list?
After Earth.
Oh,
Yeah, I did that.
how long did you work on that one? Cause I
No.
love it.
No, I didn't work on it because it's just every time I see the term After Earth, it almost comes out of my mouth.
I love it. I love it. Well done.
Um,
on my tricked into seeing list as well.
Every single movie written, directed, and produced by M. Night Shyamalan has been called M. Night Shyamalan's something something, or is like heavily touted as made by M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes, you would never know he was
not
involved
this-
in this movie.
Literally,
Never know it.
he wrote it and directed it.
Yep.
It doesn't look. I mean, it's got Will Smith and his kid. Come on. Oh, I apologize. M. Night Shyamalan didn't write this movie.
Oh,
So that's fascinating to me.
sure.
He's directing a movie he didn't write. He co-wrote. He wrote part of the screenplay with. That's interesting to me.
Okay.
Also co-written by the guy who wrote Book of Eli, which I have spoken glowingly of for a reason. I love
Sure.
it.
Sure.
It doesn't look like this is a movie that hinges on a twist.
Right.
That excites me.
Yes.
If I had to choose between this and its doppelganger Oblivion, I would choose this.
Okay.
I am fascinated to see Will Smith and his son work together, and it just looks legitimately cool, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. No. 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 I'm with you. I'm with you.
You know how I said with Pixar, it's like prove me wrong, and with Marvel, it's like prove me wrong.
Yeah. Here it's
M Night
like prove me
Shyamalan,
wrong.
M Night Shyamalan, it's like, buddy, you have earned the ire,
Right. Prove me wrong.
and I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't hate Lady in the Water.
I didn't see it.
I didn't hate it. I think Andy, I'd like you to see it.
Phil,
Yeah.
erase Inception style The Village from my
They're
brain.
not related. They're not related. It's
Oh.
a totally different thing. It's a totally different thing. It really is. I'd
Yeah.
like you to see Lady in the Water. I'd like to see what you think. Andy, if you have time for G.I. Joe in the movie theaters, you have time for Lady in the Water free streaming. Just
It's
stop.
funny that you say that. I'm not actually sure that I would follow that same logic.
Okay.
But I'll put it on the list.
How about this? Paul Giamatti and Bryce Dallas Howard. Come
Yes.
on.
No, I know. I know.
I'd see it if I were you. I'd like you to see it. I'll even watch it again just to see what you think.
All right.
What else is on my tricked into seeing list? The Internship.
Okay.
It's Vince Vaughn people and Owen Wilson
Yeah.
doing what they do. I LOVE loved Wedding Crashers.
Yep.
I love Vince Vaughn. He
Yep.
makes just a ton of bad movies. I would love for this not to be one of them. I love watching them together. I loved Luke Wilson and Vince Vaughn in Old School. I loved Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn in Wedding Crashers. I want this to be a good movie. Does it look like a good movie? I'm not ready to answer that yet, but I want it so badly to be a good movie.
This did not make my list, but I agree with everything that you've just said.
Right. I'm rooting for it.
Yeah.
And finally, in my tricked into seeing list, I don't even want to say it.
I know
You
what
know
you're gonna say.
Say it for me.
Is it World War Z?
No.
Oh, thank God.
No.
Okay, good.
I was hoping to get through this podcast without that being mentioned.
Okay.
I'm actually angry with you for saying it. Can you guess what it might be now that you since it's not that? You think I'm not serious about this World War Z thing, Andy? I am boycotting that film.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
I don't even know. I don't even know what the other movie could be.
Movies on your list. What hasn't been said?
A bunch, actually.
Okay.
White House Down.
Never gonna see that. I saw the
Kick-Ass
preview
2?
for it. I can't stand Roland Emmerich. He is a terrible
Fair.
filmmaker. He is a terrible filmmaker. And I'm gonna say this:
Okay.
Independence Day is a fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a good movie.
Agreed.
He has never made a good movie.
Okay.
And this looks okay. I get it. You blow up America. Just stop. Okay.
Yeah.
What else do you have to say to me?
I don't know. I don't know.
What other movies are on your list?
Okay. I've got White House Down, Channing
Yep.
Tatum, Jamie
Yeah.
Foxx.
Yeah.
I certainly one thing that Emmerich does when he is making his mediocre movies and blowing up America, he does produce some iconic imagery, and just the trailer has some imagery that is certainly powerful. And I love me some Fox and Tatum.
There is to respond to that, or to just to add to that. One of my favorite columns right now is a column on Grantland called Trailers of the Week, where Rembert Brown and another guy, is it Mark Lasanti or somebody, I forget who else. Two guys, Silver. They basically watch trailers together and then comment on them.
Okay.
Just writing. It's not us talking. It's them writing. And they watch the trailer for that movie, and then they just go off for like a long time about how all of his trailers and all of his movies are the same. And they actually show you the trailers, so you can see how the trailer for White House Down is literally a compilation of all the other trailers he's ever made.
Yep.
Watch that. I think he made
no.
Stargate.
I read it.
I think he made No, I'm telling the world. I'm not telling you.
Oh, okay.
I know you.
Sure.
I'm telling other people out there.
Sure.
I think he made Stargate.
Okay.
He doesn't
I
make
didn't hate
good
that
movies.
movie.
You didn't like it.
True. Okay,
You don't
so
you don't own it.
so on my Tricked into Seeing list, After Earth, White House Down, The Heat with Sandra Bullock. Is that it?
Boom. Why were
And
you
Melissa
tricked into?
McCarthy.
Why are you tricked into seeing that?
Because it doesn't look funny. Wait, no, sorry. It doesn't look good, but I like the two actresses in the lead. So help me,
There's
and
two.
I do laugh when I see the trailer. I laugh. I do.
I laugh despite myself. There are
Yes.
three reasons. It's rated R,
Yep.
which means there's going to be a lot of f bombs thrown around by Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock.
Indeed.
Paul Feig directed it. He directed Bridesmaids, one of the best comedies of the last 5 years.
Agreed.
Bridesmaids is amazing. And we got asked a question on our mailbag for Friday, and it's about movies that you would watch on a loop. I would watch Bridesmaids on a loop.
Nice.
I would watch Bridesmaids on a
Nice.
loop. Little preview for our mailbag for tomorrow, people.
I can see that.
So Paul Feig, or Feig, however you say it, who also created Freaks and Geeks, one of the greatest television shows of all time, and directed Bridesmaids. He gets mad props. It's rated R, and it's set in Boston in a way that looks interesting to me, not in a way that looks like, oh, another movie set in Boston.
Totally.
I'm a little nervous, and I forget who it was, but they wrote an article. It might have actually been those guys in the Trailers of the Week thing that talked about, but I don't think it was. It was someone. It might have been Wesley Morris, another Grantland writer, talking about how Melissa McCarthy's kind of becoming like basically she's just taking roles that make her like a carnival freak show act, and it's kind of depressing.
Yes.
This movie goes in that direction, but she kind of also plays like a tough Boston girl, and I'm interested in that.
Yeah. I first fell in love with her, and I do love her, when she was on Gilmore Girls. When she is the photo negative of her character from Bridesmaids and from this movie. Although they do seem different. They do, to her credit, they do seem like different people. But she is like unbelievably sunny and sweet and friendly and PG on Gilmore Girls, and I would love. She lights up the screen when she does that. I would love to see her do that again.
Yep.
Having said that, I think she's funny when she isn't. I think I would watch her do anything.
My wife and I watch not religiously like many of our shows.
Okay.
We watch Mike and Molly, and it's not a good show. But she and the main guy, whose name I don't know, Mike, are both really good comic actors.
Fair.
And that, I mean, they're not only really, really funny, but they are continuously human and endearing on a very mediocre television show.
Nice. Okay, so continuing.
So you've now listed all the movies from my Tricked into Seeing list. What else do you have?
What have I listed? I've listed White House Down, The Heat.
The Heat was the only other one. My Tricked into Seeing list. After Earth, Internship, Much Ado About Nothing, This Is the End, and The Heat.
Okay. So I include White House Down, Kick-Ass 2.
What? Did I miss that?
You did.
Oh, that's on my can't wait. That's not on my Tricked into Seeing at all. Why is that not on your can't wait list? I'm furious with you now.
Okay, I will deal with you being furious with me. I really liked the first one.
Oh.
I didn't see the need for a sequel. Look, this was the one that was hardest for me to bump down into Tricked into Seeing. It's close, but I'm always nervous. I'm always nervous with sequels. I just am. I'm always nervous with sequels.
I thought Kick-Ass was, and I've only seen it once, and I saw it in the theater, and I need to see it again. I thought it was a special movie.
I did not. I thought it was very good, but I thought what they were trying to do was special.
It was one of those movies that I felt different walking out of than I felt going in.
I would love to talk to you about that sometime that is not now, because I didn't, and I wanted to.
So Kick-Ass 2, and I think Jim Carrey looks amazing in this movie, and I think Chloe Moretz looks amazing in this movie.
Me too. Agreed. Again, very close to my can't wait to see it. Didn't make it. Now You See Me. I am a sucker for heist movies. I'm a sucker for magic movies. And this is a magic heist movie starring Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg. Like I am. Morgan Freeman is in it.
Yep.
Um, Mark Ruffalo. A ton of people that I like are in this movie. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. I don't think it's going to be a good movie necessarily, which is why it's not in my top category. Um, the
Isn't
Bling
Isla
Ring.
Fisher in that? Isn't
What's
Isla
up?
Fisher in that movie? Isn't Isla Fisher in that movie?
Yes.
This
The Bling
hold
Ring.
on. No, hold on.
Okay.
Now You See Me made it on my What the H list.
Nice.
Because on one hand, the cast looks amazing.
Yep.
On the other hand, it's about magic.
It's fair.
What the H? Also, it's very strange. I'm now at the point where Jesse Eisenberg, who I have thoroughly enjoyed in everything, I'm starting to be like, oh, look, it's Jesse Eisenberg playing Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, that's
And
a
I know
problem.
we've talked about how that's okay with characters, but it's not just that he has certain patterns. It almost feels like the same character.
Indeed.
Like they're giving him similar lines to say and things like that.
Agreed.
Him and Woody Harrelson reunited, and it feels so good.
Yes.
Isla Fisher, always my darling. Yes, 1,000 times yes. Michael Caine looks like he's playing the same part he played in The Prestige,
Okay.
which is weird because it's a very different director. I don't know who made this movie.
I have no idea. I don't care. I really don't. You know what I mean? I have one more movie, and that is The Bling Ring, starring
Also-
Emma Watson.
Yes.
As apparently it's based on a true story, and we know that that could mean literally anything. But it's a bunch of teenagers who break into people's houses to steal like their jewelry because they want to like dress up nice when they go to the clubs. I find that like a fascinating thing, but I also think that it might be like Spring Breakers, which I didn't love, although I liked what he was trying to do.
Right.
And it doesn't look as good as Spring Breakers.
Yes.
So
Yes.
a watered down movie that I didn't love,
but it's
is
about
not
a
going to
true
make
story.
my top list.
It's about a true story that's interesting.
Yes.
About rich kids that steal just because they can.
Yes.
And it's got a Emma Watson being an adult, which is weird. That was on my What the H list as well. And Now You See Me, directed by Louis Leterrier, who directed The Incredible Hulk, the reboot, the Edward Norton one, which I liked, but he also directed Clash of the Titans
Ugh.
and The Transporter 1 and 2, which I don't care one way or the other about. So it's just not a given. I don't know what to think. There's so many
fair.
things about this movie that look interesting, and so many things that make me very, very nervous.
Yeah.
And The Bling Ring, yeah, What the H. And then, are you done? Because I have one more movie for my What the H list.
I am done. What's your last movie?
Maniac. It's a remake of a horror movie from the 80s,
Yes.
starring Elijah Wood,
Yeah.
and is apparently legitimately terrifying.
I can believe that. Have you
So
seen the
that-
trailer for it?
No.
It looks terrifying. It also looks first person.
Okay,
Like-
well, more reason to put it on the What the H list.
You know what? Phil? I'm creating a What the H list just for this movie in June.
There you go, buddy. There
Yeah.
you go. The
Yeah.
H. By the way, for those who don't know, H stands for heck.
Indeed. Or Hubert Humphrey.
That would be two H's, Andy. Come on.
Oh, did you not say what the HH?
Didn't.
Oh. Hubert.
Major.
Then. What the Hubert? Yeah, Louis Leterrier, no, in general. But Maniac, let me put it this way. You have said that being on the What the H list is not a mark really one way or the other as to quality.
Nope.
It is on my it is my What the H list. It's not just on it. But I am heavily leaning towards seeing it because separate from it being on the What the H list, it is something that it's a horror movie. It's Elijah Wood.
Yeah,
However much of the first person stuff they do, if that's not just something they did for the trailer, is fascinating to me. Just from a filmmaking perspective, I would find that interesting, and it is a perfect movie for a remake because the original is not any good. I didn't love it, at least. So what the H? But I'm probably going to see it.
I have a question before we go.
Yeah.
I have nightmares. Do you have nightmares?
Um, I was telling Phil before we.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
would you consider that a night?
Audience, I was telling Phil before you're not going to get the full story because it includes profanity. But I got into a verbal altercation with the actor Harry Dean Stanton in a dream the other day. That's the closest I've come to a nightmare recently. Um, I certainly have experience with nightmares. Let me put it that way. It's been a while
Okay.
since I've had a full on
Um.
nightmare though.
Um. Okay. Most of my nightmares are existential,
Hmm.
which is to say that I don't have nightmares that are about like vampires
Right.
and
Right.
zombies.
Sure. Sure.
I also don't watch horror movies.
Right.
If I start watching horror movies, do you think my dreams, my nightmares will switch from existential nightmares into nightmares about people getting like gutted and stuff?
No,
Also, or will it just add to the frequency of nightmares that I have? I'm
I don't
just
think it will have
curious.
that effect. I don't think it will have that effect.
Guess we'll see. Guess we'll
I
find
guess
out.
we will. I don't mean this to say you're like my little puppet or my petri dish, but I am curious as to what this experiment will yield. But I would be willing to bet that it will not affect your nightmares.
I guess we'll find out. Oh
I
boy.
guess we will.
All right. I think that's all we have for today. We got a lot of movies to look forward to this quarter, of which
Yeah.
I will probably end up seeing
Oh,
four.
so much better. So much. Oh, this the first 3 months of the year. Oh, so bad. So much badness. Um, really, truly
Yeah, it's been
worse
awful.
than last year. Worse. I would go this far. Worse than the normal fallow period for Hollywood.
Wow. That's a lot.
Truly awful. Truly, and as you pointed out, I make it to the movies even when I'm not super excited, or even when there isn't really a good movie to see.
Yeah.
It's been a chore, a
Yeah.
lot, which is
Yeah.
sad because when they take away the joy of going to a movie,
That's
they
what kind of
take away the
person
very
are you?
heart of me, really, as
That's
the
it.
song goes.
Yeah.
Um, but get excited, everybody, because we're moving into the summer season, and if the movies aren't going to be good, they at least will probably be loud. But in the meantime, we are Second Breakfast. I am Andy Roth. That's Phil Duvall. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye.